Okay. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody to Andrew College. I think two of our students are already students at Andrew College, and we have a former student from Andrew College. I'm Joan Darden, and I am the program director for the nursing program. And I'd like to introduce Susan Askew. Susan is one of the nursing faculty. And we're just honored to have our president, Dr. Buchanan, here tonight, and the academic dean, Dr. McCallum. So welcome, and we just want to have a little short introduction about nursing, and then we're going to go ahead and just have an informal session for questions and answers. So come right in, please. We're ready to start. You're right on time. Come on up front. As you know, we are starting. You will be in the, if you come to nursing here, you'll be in the first class, the inaugural nursing class, and we're very proud of that. We are approved by the Georgia Board of Nursing. We have 2 approvals from the board. We're waiting for approval from SACS, which is the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, but it's nothing to worry about. We're sure we're going to get it. They just don't meet till December, and then we're pretty, we'll hear from SACS by then, and we'll be ready to go. We'll be starting the program. The nursing courses start next August, but there is a prerequisite course that I'll talk about in a minute that you have to take before next August. The program is a 2-year associate degree nursing program. When you finish, you take the NCLEX, which is the state board or the board examination. It's called the NCLEX. And you will take the same exam that a bachelor's person takes. You only have to take it one time. So when you finish here and pass, you're an RN in Georgia. Or if you live in Alabama, you can take it in Alabama. You can take it anywhere you want to. We just have to get the right form filled out for you to take it where you want to take it. And then wherever you work, you'd have to have a nursing license for there. But that all comes later. We got to get you in and get you passed and get you out first. So admission requirements, first of all, you have to apply to Andrew College and be accepted at Andrew College. Then there is a separate application for nursing. And we have some with us tonight. Susan can give you one. It's also on the web page. So if you get one and you lose it or you forget, if you go to Andrew College under academics, click on nursing and it's on there. The admission requirements are that you have a 2.5 grade point average either on all your college work or if you have not done college work on your high school GPA. Then you need to write a 2-page maximum essay, double-spaced, about why you're interested in nursing. It doesn't have to be 2 pages, it can be 1 page as long as you get your idea across about why you would like to be a nurse. And I would caution you to make sure your grammar and spelling are correct because it's going to reflect on you and your ability to do college level work and to do nursing. You also will need to have 2 references, professional type references, not your mom and not your best friend telling us how great you are, but some professional references from a faculty member or someone that you know in the community that maybe you worked with or a teacher that you had in high school if you're a new student to college. Also, part of the admission requirements is that our clinical partners require our students to have drug testing and also to have criminal background testing. And when you start the program, we will take care of that. We will have a contract and we'll sign you up for that. The clinical partners have the right to deny anybody a placement in their hospital. So if you've got a conviction or you have a drug problem that comes up on either one of those 2 things, you will not be allowed to attend clinical, so you will not be able to finish the program, so you would have to be dismissed from the program. If there's an issue, it's just best that we would discuss it privately, and I could probably tell you more knowing what your case would be rather than just saying blanket, don't apply. But if you have an issue or you know somebody who wants to apply and they have a problem, it's best to have a private conversation about that. But they are requirements of admission. You also need to have your vaccinations up to date, but if you're at the college already, you probably have done your medical form, and if not, you need to bring it and make sure that you're immunized. We don't want you to catch anything, we don't want you to give the patients anything, so we want everybody to be immunized, and that'll be good for everybody. The other thing is health insurance. We do not require that you have health insurance. However, you will be signing a form that says you recognize that you are liable for any incidences that happen at the hospital. If you get a needle stick and you have to go to the ER, If you're on your parents' health insurance, that's fine. If you have your own, that's fine. If you don't have it, you're liable for the bill that would come up from those kinds of incidences that could possibly happen. They are rare. I don't want to scare you, but it's best to have some kind of health insurance so that you don't get stuck with a great big bill if something should come up at clinical. Okay, someone has asked me a question about the schedule. We have not developed the schedule yet. We'll probably be doing that in the early spring, and as soon as we know what it will be, we'll let you know. But anyway, that will bring us to the curriculum, and we have some sheets out there on the table for you to look at which courses will be required for you to get your associate degree here. The main thing is that you have to have Anatomy and Physiology 1 as a prerequisite. That means before you start nursing, you must have A&P 1. And it will be taught here this spring, and it will also be taught here this summer. If you've taken it elsewhere and you have a C or better, and it's within the last 5 years, then we'll accept that credit. But it has to be relatively new within 5 years because science changes so much that if you took it a long time ago, it's not going to be valid for what we're doing now. And then after that, the courses are laid out so that you would have a full course load if you're on financial aid every semester, but the very last one, you'll see there's only 6 hours of nursing. And we can arrange for some other core courses at that point to fill in the load if you need to have financial aid. The courses are set up for you to complete the degree in 2 academic years, plus the one prerequisite. Some students don't like to take up the full load, but if you have financial aid, you must consult with your financial aid person if you're not going to follow and take 12 or 15 hours every semester, because it will affect your money. The nursing courses must be taken in sequence. The other general education courses are on here. They all have to be completed by the end, but you necessarily do not have to take them in the order that they're in, except the sciences. A&P 1, then A&P 2, and then micro. So if you wanted to take psychology next semester instead of college algebra, that's acceptable. So you can work your schedule up, but we will give everyone one of these, and this is also on our web page if you lose it or you forget about it or you have any questions about it. I think pretty much that's all I really want to say. I wanted to give you the nuts and bolts and then just have you ask questions, or we can go out there and have punch and cookies, and you're welcome to ask any questions that you would like. If you need financial information office, students are here and know where the financial aid office is, but we do have financial aid professionals at the college that can help you get started on financial aid as well. Some of the hospitals, as you progress in nursing, have scholarships. Most of the time you have to sign on and say you'll work there a year or 2 or 3 or whatever their requirements are once you graduate. So if you're going to stay in the area or you know where you live and you can get some money to go to school, that's a good way to do it. But if you're ready to get out and travel, then you will be obligated to them for any money that you take. So you need to think about what your future plans are before you go in and accept those kinds of things. Okay, I think we'll wind up now, and I'll just let you ask questions here or out there. And I think we've answered a few already, but Susan and I will be here till 7 o'clock and happy to answer any questions. And if you sign in on the sheet back there, we'll be in touch, and you have our cards, or we'll make sure you do. Feel free to call or come by if you're on campus. Call if you have a question, email. We do respond, I promise. So, I appreciate everybody coming. It's really good that you're interested in nursing and that you're getting an early start. We will be accepting about 30 students for next fall. And that will be the beginning of August next year. Okay, so thank you very much for coming and spending your dinner hour here, and we'll move out there and just have questions and answers. Thanks.